Hello, welcome to my channel, A Sickle Rose. I just want to let you know that this video that you're about to view, it is some items that I incorporate into my wellness. So you're going to see the introduction of chia seeds, 2 juices that I do, as well as a syrup that I have taken since I was young, which has benefited me for my lung health. Now, I just want to mention, I am not a physician. I am not letting you know anything that cures. I am just giving you a patient perspective on what has assisted me personally, my health, and I'll let you know my complications. I have had 13 surgeries. I am Hispanic and I have sickle cell SS. I am currently 43 years old, and I will share with you some of my complications so you can have an idea of who I am, especially as this is a new journey that I'm taking. So I've had my gallbladder removed when I was 8 years old, and I also slightly lost my hearing after the flu. I had some fluid retention, and my eardrums no longer have the vibration as they used to, so I have slightly trouble hearing in one end. Then in going through departments, so first I'll mention to you neurology. In neurology, which is all that has to do with brain, is I have migraines, frequent sleep paralysis, restless leg syndrome, and I have sciatic nerve. So if you notice that I kind of tend to lean, it's because it bothers if I'm kind of straight ahead. So I tend to kind of always be this way because I put less pressure on one end. As far as my heart, I've had congestive heart failure. My eyes, I have tortuosity, which is when the vessels start curving, which is a very early sign of retinopathy, which is known in the diabetic medical family, but also sickle cell, due to the vessels in our eyes that they can have crisis. So I do have the early signs that, and it causes blurriness. In my lungs, I have pulmonary hypertension. My bones, I have osteolysis, avascular necrosis. I have rib infarctions. I have DDD, which is degenerative disc disease. And I have a compressed nerve from a collapsed disc. And for my liver, I have iron overload, which I have it controlled now. I take JNU when my results are elevated, when my iron is elevated. I do take JNU and then I discontinue it when my levels get normalized. I had Hep C from blood transfusions, but it was not viral. I had a biopsy done many years ago. This was when I was in my 20s, and they stated that it is non-viral and it no longer shows a positive on my lab results as it did back then. And then I have to follow a FODMAP diet because with my gastros, I get swollen when I eat. So it is when the intestines do not absorb a certain type of carbohydrate. It's different than a gluten-free diet, but it's called FODMAP. And then, last but not least, my reproductive organs. I've used IUDs, so I've used Mirena. I had eSure, which I have to share my experience with that because I ended up having not a negative complication, but I did have an incident with the eSure implants. And I've also had a LEAP procedure done for abnormal cancerous cells. So that is part of my OBGYN journey. So lots to share. I will keep it as honest. I have been through a lot. It has not been easy, but you take it one day at a time. That's all I can do. If I were to dwell on all the chapters that I've had in my life, I'd probably go nuts because it is a lot. I've had a lot of surgeries. Because of the AVN, I've had my shoulders replaced, the total joint replacement, and then I had revisions done because the prosthetic didn't stay. And I've had my hips done and my knees collapsing. So it's a lot, but that is who I am. And just know that you are able to live. You're able to live and have what it would be your normalcy. It is one day at a time. The road is not straight. It has many detours, but you're always able to find your way back. And faith is one of my main, that's what I hang on to, because even in the mental area, depression is very real in our community. So it's always advised to speak with someone, especially someone that gets you. Because although I have a large family, not everybody connects with what I'm going through. And not everybody understands or has compassion or empathy. So everybody's created differently. My grandmother always said, the fingers, they're brothers and sisters, but none of them are alike. And that's what life is. So, again, welcome to A Sickle Rose, as I hope to share with you information on the journey that I've had in my health, especially with pulmonary hypertension. That is a huge complication of mine. And I've had hurdles that I've gone through with that one, as well as the avascular necrosis. So I'll start adding some videos to be informative, as well as connect to my heritage, which is persons living with sickle cell that are Hispanic. Because I think it's important to know that sickle cell is the same no matter where you're from. We all still deal with the same stigmas, with the same bias. And I think it's important to shed light on the experiences that others have, especially persons from different backgrounds, and be diverse. So that is what I hope to. And they say, hey, if you build it, it will come. So the thing is to manifest the idea, and hopefully it could come full circle. Because the main thing I want is to connect with you. So I'm going to sound like a YouTuber, because this is my first moment as a YouTuber, is that if you like, hit the like button. I don't know where it's going to be because I don't have it yet. And if there's anything that you would like for me to discuss, especially anything that's linked to an experience that I've had with the areas that I recently introduced you to, please let me know. And I'm willing to connect with you, and we can share it, okay? Like, we can share it privately, or we can share it to where it can be uploaded and we can actually talk about it, okay? So thank you, and I hope you enjoy the remainder of your days and your year. Take care.